My last class was on artificial intelligence. I gave you introductory knowledge on artificial intelligence. So if you haven't watched that class, just go watch that. Go watch it out. It's nice. I talked a lot about it. So make sure you like and subscribe. So today we are going to be talking about something very interesting: machine learning and deep learning. Woo! Okay, let's kick to it. What's machine learning? Machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence that enables systems to learn from data and improve their performance without being explicitly programmed. It focuses on developing algorithms that allows machines to identify patterns, make decisions, and predict outcomes based on input data. Now we have types of machine learning. Number one is the unsupervised learning. The algorithms identify patterns, or groupings in unlabeled data. So for unsupervised learning, the data are unlabeled. You understand? They are not labeled. Now number two is supervised learning. The algorithm learns from labeled data. For example, training a model to distinguish between cats and dogs by providing images labeled as cat or dog. Now, number three is the reinforcement learning. It's a system that learns by interacting with an environment and receiving feedback in the form of rewards or penalties. This is often used in robotics and game playing AI. Number four is the semi-supervised learning. Combines labeled and unlabeled data to improve learning efficiency. So there are common algorithms in machine learning. I'm just going to call them out. One is the linear regression, decision trees, support vector machines, which is the SVMs, and key nearest neighbor, which is the KNN. Now, what are the applications of machine learning? Number one, it's used in fraud detection. Number two is recommendation systems. I said about that, like Netflix, Amazon, or Spotify. Number three is predictive maintenance in industries. Okay, so that's the application of what? Machine learning. So let's go to the boss of them all, deep learning. I'm going to talk much about this. Deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning that uses artificial neural networks called the ANNs with many layers to model complex patterns and representations. It uses the neural networks to mimic the way humans learn. Now, it's a particular effective task involving large data sets and complex patterns such as image recognition, neural language processing, and autonomous driving. Now we have key features of deep learning. Number one is the neural networks. Consist of layers of interconnected nodes. The neural networks consist of layers of interconnected nodes. The more layers a network has, the deeper it is. Now, the human brain has interconnected neurons with dendrites. Now they receive inputs, and then based on these inputs, they produce an electrical signal outputs, through the axon. So this is how the neuron works for the human brain. Now, for that of machine learning, we have layers. Okay, we have the input layer, the hidden layer, and the output layers for the neural networks. What is the input layer? Now, it receives the raw data. The hidden layers process the data using activation functions. The output layers produces the final result. Okay. Number two, key features of deep learning is back propagation. Now, a method for training neural network, by minimizing errors through adjustment of weights and biases, is the back propagation. Okay. Now, number three is the activation function. The function like rev, sigmoid, and tan that determine the output of neurons. Now we have common architectures in deep learning. Number one is the convolutional neural networks, or the CNN, used for image and video processing. Number two is the recurrent neural networks, called the RNNs. Okay, it's effective for sequential data like time series and text. Now, number 3 is the generative adversarial network called the GANs. Now, it's used for generating new data samples such as images or music. Now, applications of deep learning, we have the autonomous vehicles, visual assistants like Siri and Alexa, medical imaging diagnostics. Now, what are the differences between machine learning and deep learning? The first one is in data dependency. Machine learning works with small data sets, while deep learning works on massive or large data sets. So in terms of future engineering, machine learning is manual while deep learning is high. Now in interpretability, machine learning is relatively easy while deep learning is often considered to be a black box. You know what it means. So applications of that machine learning is predictive modeling clustering, while deep learning is for image recognition and speech synthesis. So we are going to talk about generative AI.